Welcome back to Let's Play World of One. Last time, the Carnival of Despair. This time, a burning village! I really want to know why it's on fire, and that guy is over there to the left, so I'm gonna go this way. Why am I out of... I'm just gonna walk around the whole planet, aren't I? Oh, fine, we'll go that way. I know you're all thinking it. The whole one of you. Why is it all on fire? My friend, have you learned nothing? Have you not realized the truth brings nothing but suffering? Why do you have a sword? Well, it appears that it is my job to stop you. I hope that you will forgive me. But you have a sword, and I have a shovel. This is not a fair competition. And I bet you have more health than I do, too. I'm gonna assume, yeah, don't stand near him when he does that. What the? Well, now yeah, that was a giveaway. That was gonna be a dash. But that was clever for him to just chuck his sword. Whoa. You have a very nice variety of moves. I have to applaud that. I'm dying a lot, but I am loving this. Okay, now that one's... How am I like, if he throws the sword... I mean, I guess you just keep running. My good say, you have a... Oh dear, that's the death shockwave thing. And now you're just gonna walk at me. Stop that. I didn't know he could turn around. He keeps doing new things. He keeps learning. He's learning, I say! This is not a good thing. If you get hit by that, I think that's just an instant death combo. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm gonna poke you for that. Oh dear, oh dear, that actually... I thought that one just went behind him. I didn't know it, like, would seek me out. Okay, so he has a limited amount of time to turn around. Dash forward! Now he's gonna start pulling new attacks, isn't he? I wanna know what those orbs are. I'm gonna just say, oh dear, they're gonna follow us. Okay, the amusement value is beginning to wear off. I have to start the fight over again each time. Oh no, that's a dead end. Well, that's good to know. Huh. There you go, if you wanted a good look at the... Yeah, I'm dead. If you wanted a good look at that, there's the house and there's a pretzel on the wall. I don't know why there's a pretzel on the wall, but we're just gonna ignore the fact that there's a pretzel on the wall. Okay. Now we're back. Okay, the assumption is that you just need to keep avoiding those exploding mines. And then he's gonna keep spawning them forever. Sir, that's 4 of them. Can we... There's gonna come a time where I run out of room. Like, because there's a house, and I can't go past that house. That is his one attack of his that I'm not fond of. Is when he appears and just instantly does the forward stab. Because all the others you can kind of juke around him, and if he decides to do that one, you die. Fire? Oh, that's the background. Yeah, that one. The, you know, where he just appears and goes, meep. Case in point. This is the bloodiest landscape ever. Why not just make the shockwave kill me? I've got to be honest, like, making me sit there and wait for the whole, you know, charge up combo. So he can do that, apparently. I think it's just so you can think that you have a chance of escaping it. I don't like that he has certain attacks that you just really can't do much to get away from. I mean, I get it, boss is supposed to be hard and all, but it's a little random numberish. When he's got a couple he can pull that are just, you're not getting away. I finally got to do a backstep for something useful. Yeah, I need to move! Don't go to the left when he does that, when he reaches that point. Don't go to the left! That's the whole message of this game, don't trust the left. No, wait. Earlier it was the right path that was dangerous. Don't trust directions. That's clearly the message here. It's been a while since I've seen him do that one, so I'll give him some... Really? I'm wondering slightly if there's a way for me to get him to be hit by those. He threw the sword, didn't he? Finally, I'm finding a use for the backstep. Certain attacks, you can hit him and then backstep away. I'm betting that I can't make the big explodey-doo land on him. I feel like there's a puzzle element to that, and there's gotta be a use for those exploding mines aside from just being a roving battlefield hazard. But I might be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm cycling between the R1s and R2s because I feel like I can hit him more reliably. Yeah, see, I got him there a lot quicker this time. How about no throwing the sword. That's just rude. Sir, what have we talked about? No throwing swords. And now you just dashed into a place that I can't go. I don't know how that didn't kill me. It looked like he stabbed me. I'm gonna run out of, like, lateral room here quick. Oh dear. Well, now he's got tentacles. If I was to hazard a guess, I think this is the, potentially final boss. Oh dear. I'm gonna run out. Did the house vanish? Because I think I've circled the planet. Nope, there's the house, ain't it? Well, now what? What now, game? See, the problem is when he reaches this phase, I've yet to figure out a way to deal with the exploding orbs that don't involve me dying. That was one of those instances where I tried to roll away and forgot that this game has no roll. One reason I'm trying to keep him close to the house is so in the second phase I have a maximum amount of distance, well, second and third phase. Because unless I figure out a way to deal with those orbs, it becomes a timed battle, which is the reason I end up with this kind of really rushed battle style towards him, is because it ends up feeling like a timed battle. It's not something I can be slow and strategic on. It's, oh, by the way, you've only got this much terrain to run, and you can't go both directions. Gotta throw it twice, I see. How about you give me a weapon? I'm not Jax, I can't fight without a real weapon. A shovel is not a weapon. At least give me a lamppost. Works for him. And I'm dead. My only real complaint here is the fact that once he enters phase 2, it becomes so much more of a timed battle because of the exploding mines that... Now I get to the explody-doo! See, there doesn't seem to be a way for you to trigger them and run, so I'm puzzled on that as a design style, because that means if you were to take the entire circumference that you're able to walk, stretch it out into a line, that you're fighting against a slowly shrinking battlefield. It's actually a complaint I haven't had to bring up since way back, I think Craze was that it puts you in a situation where you're really praying that the boss pulls moves that put him into reach for you to attack them, because you're fighting a clock. This first phase I'm dying mostly to my own stupidity. It's namely the second and third phase that become more of a problem, because due to the shrinking battlefield, the player is put into a position where they have to rush the boss instead of properly fighting. I'm not saying it's not winnable by any means. It's, you know, anything's winnable. But it leaves it more in the hands of the random number generator than it does in the hands of the player's skill. Especially in the second phase, when he seems to be completely random on how many of the exploding orbs he pulls. Because we've seen him pull anywhere from 2 to 4 of them. Dead. I do thematically like this fight. I'm just not fond of the concept of, you know, shrinking battlefield in general, because generally it applies more of an artificial difficulty than a real difficulty. I have seen some games that that have done it in a very nice way, but generally they've got a wide enough margin on it that the timer is just there to keep you from cheesing the fight more than being the more threatening of the enemy. And in this case, by time, I don't mean a literal, you know, physical clock, but, you know, the ever-shrinking battlefield. See, I can't risk staying near him to actually fight because of those orbs. there was something he could do that would disable the orbs, some time limit, but see, when he pulls moves like that I can't even... I thought it'd be clever. I honestly think the intention is for them to be a, I mean, more or less the physical equivalent of if a wall of spikes was to begin slowly creeping along the ground. There doesn't seem to be a way to deal with them. Oh great, now I've wasted a chunk of the battlefield. Oh no, they go whichever direction. Great! And just blind, you know, making a mad run for it doesn't help either. Oh dear, you're gonna blow up the house. No more house. You know, if I wanted the house painted red, there was a lot simpler ways to do it, so that would be interesting. If there's somewhere on the terrain that I can hide. See, I forget he does that second swing after the big charge. If there's somewhere in the terrain I could hide in the shadow like with the meatball spiders, then in theory... the proximity that they decide to ram the ground is kind of twitchy. Is there a pattern here? Is there some way I'm supposed to use those against him? Is it all completely just random? At least give me a dodge roll or something. That's not a dodge. Why do you call that dodge? Ooh, I forgot I have that. I wonder. Something somewhere. Let's see if the stopwatch does anything against the death. I don't like that attack. I really don't. I think just jamming the R1 is doing more damage to him. Okay, one minor complaint. The first attack he uses should never be that. Generally, right after dying, the player ends up dying a second time because he appears and then just instant stabs them. There should be a list of things he can't do right when the battle starts, just because they end up really bothersome. I do think I'm doing more damage spamming the R1 than I am with the combos. I get into phase 2 quicker. Aha! Aha! So it's not a timed battle. It's a when he does that, use the pocket watch. I keep wanting to call it a stopwatch. Nope. This fight has taken on all new purpose now. Okay, so same attacks generally. So I'm just waiting for him to tucker himself out a bit. Okay. This fight is a lot less bothersome now. No! Enough of that. Oh. I did the timing wrong, and that just messed me over on that one, because I was afraid he was going to get me. That's why I try to counter it as soon as he spawns them, because I leave myself vulnerable. Well, hello, incorrect sound effect. How are you today? It's best that I time it so that the wave goes off just after he releases the energy sphere. If I had to guess, what the game wants you to do is to only attack him when he tires himself out and never use any of the other wonderful openings he leaves, just in case he random number generator decides to be a pain. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I must continue to fight. I don't weave in and out. I want to fight. Like, you'd have me believe that I shouldn't attack him during that. Where he leaves himself wide open for a whole, you know, 1 or 2 hits. If I could make 2 changes to the mechanics, I would say give the character an actual role, and some method of shielding. Which I understand that would be difficult since he's a 1 hit point wonder, so any block would have to be at 100% block, and then that messes with some of the difficulty scaling. So I at least understand the latter one, but don't have a backstep without a dodge roll. But that seems quirky to me. No, sir. None of that. None of that fancy sword throwing of yours. Well, that one I'll take, because it lets me hit you. Out come the tendrils. I'm gonna start leading the fight back this way a little bit, sir. Why are you running so fast? Goodness, sir, now you're making me nervous. You make me nervous when you run at me at high speed. You really gonna do that? Okay. Yeah, you'd think that the tentacles would be defending him from the back to force me to fight him up front, but, you know, I guess not. And he hasn't summoned any more doodads, so that's always nice. Oh, thank you for leaving yourself wide open. Why'd you explode? Who said you could do that? Sir? Who said you were allowed to explode? What if I used the stopwatch on him? Critical mass achieved! Sir, I'm afraid you've just made a critical mistake. Her killer Shade is still here. I won't let him slip away from me. Oh dear, sir, you have just made a critical mistake. You killed somebody. Oh, I have a sword. Oh dear. Well, that's a thing. In any case, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here before I get a little too shenanigans. Why are there tentacles down here? We've got to find that one out. Okay, we will find out what's going on with that next time. So, see you next time.